Hey, and thanks for joining us on this week's episode of For All Things Lexington, the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina, and where a spade is always a spade. Here we'll talk to and about people, places, groups, things to do, and places to go in and around Lexington, South Carolina. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington. Brought to you in part by GervaisStreetBridge.com, Columbia's most unforgettable free-to-list business directory. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I have Matt Zittner, and he is the owner and operator of Cadence Drum Event. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So
I'm excited.
This is one of those that I have never seen or heard of. It's very, very different. I think your website says interactive drum experience. Explain.
So Cadence is a passion project of mine that I launched last year, and it is like you said, it's an interactive drum experience. I wanted to bring this to people, something that would raise energy and awareness. It sparks creativity. It strengthens bonds and really inspires people to trust their inner rhythm. What does that all mean? Well, it's a variation on a drum circle with orchestrations and music incorporated into it. And so originally what I did is I built this program for corporate team building, corporate America, for their president's clubs, for their corporate retreats and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then because I saw the need to really bring teams together, whether it be their sales teams or their marketing teams or their the C-level executives or really people to be able to connect with their team. But then it really morphed into working with all different groups. So teacher organizations, administrators, in-service programs for them, sports teams, nonprofit organizations, the healthcare industry. I mean, there's so many different teams that are and groups looking to do a team building event or a celebratory event where I felt this was really is a niche that needed to be filled, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've been playing the drums since I've been 6 years old, and so incorporating my love of music with sales training and bringing this all together full circle is what this is really all about.
And so when you say, I know you said corporate events or corporate businesses, groups, like a team building experience with them?
It is. And people think that we are the drummers, that we come and perform for you. No, you're part of it. And so we can do groups of anywhere from 15 to 100 people at a time. Everybody gets their own drum to play. They get their own percussion instrument to play. And I will lead the group. It's a very, very large circle. I have a large drum in the middle that I will lead the group. And so people get to play along. They get to sit across the circle and really connect with the person, not only next to you, but across from you. And they have to watch me very intently. And I lead them through a whole bunch of different songs and different exercises and different things. And it's high energy. It's loud, high energy, but it's just a wonderful way to connect and have some fun. It really is.
But it doesn't have to be like a corporate. It could be like a church group or any group. I was thinking the South Carolina Fun Seniors, they would have not that they need team building, but they just have a lot of fun together. This seems like something they would like to do. So it could be any group.
You're exactly right. Yeah. Yep. And that's where we've done them for, like I said, for in service for teachers in different school districts has been wonderful, because I've been told by a lot of teachers, it's like, oh, thank goodness we had something that we had you come in, because we've had different in-service events that are just with motivational speakers, or they have some sort of entertainment come in or something, and they always say they've walked away pretty unfulfilled. And this is something where it really brings the team together. Everybody's involved, and the time passes so quickly, and everybody gets to really work together.
Yeah, but much better than the one and only team building experience I had, which was a ropes course, and I'm standing up on top of this pole, that's this big, trusting the guy at the bottom. I think I'd much rather play the drum.
Well, it is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, tell me about, some of maybe the feedback you've gotten from the experiences that you've done with groups.
Well, the finest compliment that I have received is a president of this company came up to me and he goes, I got to tell you something. And we're already booked to go back there again this year. He said, I have to tell you, he goes, I have never watched this group of people be intent and focused on something for a full hour without looking at their phones.
Wow. And
not one person picked up their phone to either record or to do anything else or check their email or a text or anything the entire time, because I sat back and watched and waited for someone to do something. Not one. And I've heard that multiple times. To have people be so engaged and to listen and to focus, because when I lead you through these different exercises and these different things, you've got to pay attention.
Sure.
I direct you to play at a certain time, and no one wants to mess up. They all want to do it right, and they really hang on my every word, and it's wonderful. It's powerful.
And they come together, like a lot of us, through the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's energetic and uplifting, and
oh goodness, it is. And I have rather than I've had people say, oh well, I've seen drum circles before. I've been part of that, and I have too. I've seen other drum circles. That's not what this is. This is, I don't think Kumbaya, where everyone is just lightly playing a drum and being bored and they're looking off into space. Think rock star. This is a chance for everybody to be part of the band. I've always said there's two types of people in this world: drummers and people that wish they were drummers.
Yeah.
So today, when you get to play the drums, everyone gets to come in, they get to pick the drum that really speaks to them. Tonight they are in the band, and we all start together, we end together, and we create something so powerful and magical that it's palpable, and people walk out of there tapping their feet, singing along, singing the songs, and it's powerful. It's amazing.
Yeah, I imagine you have lots of people who don't want to go home.
They don't. That's a good point. We get to the end, and I have a lot of different genres of music too. So I have a Latin piece, I have an Irish piece, I have an homage to an Aaron Copland type of Western piece, a funky, a rock, a Egyptian piece. And then it ends, I have this finale, a large piece where everyone comes together, we work together, is a little bit of a 70s disco feel. And we get to the end and we all end together, and I have some playoff music. People don't want to leave. They'll sit there and they'll keep playing, and so you're absolutely right. They want to keep doing it.
Right. Now, tell me about the drums that you have.
So there's over 50 different drums, as well as percussion instruments, and actually there's more than that. There's probably closer to 70. And so some of these, just to give a feel of what they are, you've got all types of various hand drums. Some of them will sit on the floor. I've got large congas, as well as bongos and timbales and Irish bodhrans. We've got the doumbeks from Pakistan. We've got djembes, so a lot of them from Africa. I have 6 different continents of drums represented. And so everybody can just walk around the circle and pick one that speaks to you. And then halfway during the presentation, you can get up and do something else. Or if you want to swap with someone else, you certainly can. But they all... So you play with your hands. There are a few that will have a mallet. Mm-hmm. You can actually play with a mallet. Like this is a type of a buffalo drum. then there's different tones in there. You can hear that there's different tones, and then as well as some hand drums, and you can hold them between your legs. Some of them will sit on the ground. Some of them actually you can hold sideways, and you can hear the deep, rich tones of some of these. And so there's, whether it's a high-toned instrument or very low, what I've done is I have a tag on each one of the drums, and they're numbered 1 through 4. And so I will call out those different numbers to play at certain times. So all the ones will play together, and you'll hear the real deep tones. Then the 2s and 3s and 4s. And then the 5s are all of the shaker instruments, or I've got castanets. I have a guiro, which people that know what that is.
Cheese grater.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, the Latin type sounds. Right. But also have the egg shakers and maracas and those kind of things. There's a lot of shaking instruments as well. And so we build the pieces as we go throughout the songs, just having, okay, let me hear just the 1s and the 5s together, and then let's add the 2s, and now let's add the 3s, or now everybody but the 2s, so we really get a chance to build it, and everyone has to kind of listen and pay attention to what's going on. And so, it's just fun. It's fun to make music.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, music does bring everybody together in some shape, form, or some way.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their own genres, their own things they like to listen to.
Yeah.
Lord knows not everybody can sing, and that would be me. I'm not sure I can play the drums either, but I would sure give it a shot. So how did you get started on all this? How did this all come about?
Oh, goodness. Well, I grew up in central Wisconsin. My dad was a contractor, I grew up swinging a hammer with him. And he just said, "You're not going to do this for a living. This is awful." And so I ended up studying musical theater in college. I got bit by the theater bug early. I graduated with a degree in musical theater and sang and danced my way around the world for the better part of a decade, 12 years.
Nice.
And I worked for Royal Caribbean for many years.
My favorite.
Lots of ships, that kind of thing. Lived on both coasts. I overseas and done lots of touring shows and such. And but I moved to Minneapolis for a girl, and it stuck. And so then I had to
see how that happened.
Yeah. And so I married this gal. Her name is Amy. She's my wife, and I kind of had to figure out what I was going to do when I got older, when I grew up.
Right.
And so I hung up my proverbial tap shoes right then and there, and I got into sales immediately. As you can tell, I like to talk, and I love people and meeting with people. And so I was doing sales, and I ended up going into management and corporate sales. And so I found this that I really love to train people as well. And I really love the motivational part of it. And one day I was on an elliptical machine, and I'm working out, and I'm staring out at the snow, blowing outside this health club, and thinking, oh gosh, I wish there was something I could do, that I could travel and be down south in the winter.
Right.
And I'm listening to this music that has a lot of bongos and drums in it. And it hit me like lightning. I just thought, oh my gosh, that's it. And so I literally started to cry. I was so excited about this. I thought, this is what I'm going to do. The next chapter of my life, right? And so I quit my workout, and I got in the car, and I went home, and I told my wife, and she's like, that sounds amazing. Well, how do we do it? What can we do? Well, then lo and behold, this thing called COVID came along.
Yes.
And said, and really put the brakes on our plans. And it was fine. I was in sales and worked for this in corporate America, and had a good job and was doing great. And so had to put Cadence on the back burner. But I continued to build it and develop the songs and develop in my mind how it's going to work and what's going to happen. And last year we launched it finally, and we do anywhere from 50 to 100 engagements a year. And so
all around the United States, right?
We do. So we travel the whole U.S. We've been out to Colorado, Arizona, and Florida, Southern California, up to Nashville, and points in between. We've done, obviously gigs in Minneapolis and what have you. And so, but now moving down here to Lexington, we've only been here a few months. We absolutely love this area, and we're just excited to bring it to Lexington and bring it to all of South Carolina.
Well, we are very glad to have you guys. We'll have to get y'all out and about. Since you've only been here for about 3 months, I think you said. Yeah, we'll have to get you and Amy out and about and see all the wonderful sites that we do love. We pride ourselves here about all of the locally owned, restaurants and businesses, and we've
been to a few great ones.
Yeah. What's been your favorite so far? Hard to say though, really.
Oh gosh, we're out of south end of the lake, and Twisted Root.
Oh,
Twisted Roots is one of our favorites. We get in there. We haven't had a chance to see a lot and go to a lot.
Yeah, you've only been here for a few months.
We've only been here a short time, but we did go to private property downtown. Is that right? That was wonderful. Yeah, a great experience there.
Famous chef over there. Yes, it's a wonderful. I love that place.
Yeah, great spot. Spot. But yeah, and there's some barbecue restaurants that I have my eye on that I can't wait to try. And we had a mellow mushroom pizza.
Oh yeah,
we had one of those. That was great. Love that.
Good pizza.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. And I love to eat. I love to eat. So take advantage of a lot of this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the boutiques, we pride ourselves on the locally owned and love every bit of it. Now, short of the snow, or lack of snow here, you threw a dart at Lexington.
We did. Why, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had my eye on this area as kind of a dream of the best of both worlds. I love being on the ocean. I wanted to be close to the ocean, but I do enjoy the hikes in the mountains. My wife likes that as well. And so this is such an ideal spot for us. We're very close and equidistant to a lot of places here.
Right.
That we just love the area. And so we came down for the first time over the summer, 4th of July, and it was hot. Loved it. And we saw the lake and saw the area around Lake Murray and Lexington and absolutely fell in love with this area. And I can't wait to get out on the lake this summer and experience everything that Lake Murray has to offer. And so we've loved it so far. And so that's where, our family, they back home, they're like, well, you're moving where? Told them, and their friends were like, do you know anybody down there? We're like, nope. They're like, you have a job down there? It's like, nope. It's like, all right. And so it's really just a dream of ours to be down here and where the weather's beautiful and we love the people here so far.
Yeah. Good. We're a pretty friendly bunch.
We are. And I've said, I feel like Will Rogers. I said, I've never met a man I didn't like. I mean, I've yet to meet someone I don't like down here.
Well said.
It's really good.
Well, good. We're pretty friendly group of people down here. So, one of my favorites is in my real life real estate. As a realtor, people moving from up north, they'll be like, "So, how much snow do we get?" I'm like, "You are asking the wrong questions. You want to know how hot it gets." So, it's one of my favorites when they ask, "Wrong question. Don't worry about the snow."
Yeah, I know it gets hot down here, but we do, believe it or not, it gets hot in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
we have about 6 to 8 weeks where it's pretty hot and muggy, and if in northern Minnesota with all the pine trees and stuff, it's very similar to here. I mean, it really is. I mean, I drive down some of the country roads here, and you could be in northern Minnesota. You really could. We don't have palm trees up there. So that's what I like here.
Right.
And it's a much longer drive to the ocean from there. So
right. Absolutely.
So it's beautiful up there, but we're loving it down here.
So now, if you've got groups or corporate people that want to get in touch with you, best way is the website, right?
It is. CadenceDrumEvents.com is our website. And so they can go on there. You can shoot me an email. You could tell me a little bit about your group, your company, your organization. And what we do is we will customize the event to your group. So with your messaging, I usually will meet with the presidents, the CEOs, the sales managers, VPs, whoever, once or twice beforehand to really understand where there's maybe where they want to bring how they want to bring the people together. Maybe they just want to celebrate a fabulous 2023 and have them have a celebratory event where everybody gets to have a good time. Fantastic. Maybe they're trying to rebuild a team. Maybe they're trying to, bring their HR department together, their accounting department together, their sales team together, their marketing team. Whether it's a very large group or small group, we can do that. And so and we come to you. So we have an entire van full of drums and all the equipment that we bring to you. So if you have a venue where you can do it, fantastic. It is loud. It's loud. And so, and it's powerful. It's wonderful. And so it has to be in a certain area where you can have a little sound and some noise. But also I'll throw it out there to your listening audience. If someone has a venue or an event space, we would love to partner with them to be able to provide companies a venue to come there and bring their teams there.
Right.
So I'll throw it out there. We'd love it.
Yeah.
Will contact me that way too.
Because right now you guys don't have brick and mortar. You're actually like me, go to wherever to do it. So yeah, a venue partnership, that would be good. So anybody listening, give him a call.
Yeah,
they're looking for some venue partnership. That would be good because it is hard. It makes it difficult.
It is. And we've had, we'll go to hotel conference rooms or ballrooms, those kind of places. Those are wonderful. And they're used to having noise in there. Teacher, we work with different in-service groups. We would go into their auditoriums, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
We'd go into a large, they're in the school. Sometimes we'd go into their common area. We'd be able to set up in their common area, and it rings in there, and but it's fantastic. People love it. Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
So it doesn't really necessarily have to be a Discord that you guys would try, although it can be, I guess, within, some corporate or organization, but it can just truly be maybe people getting to know each other better.
That's right.
Because that would be a huge icebreaker.
Oh, it absolutely is. And that's what's so wonderful. You said it. So what I'll do is I will drop a rope, proverbially like a velvet rope, and people come in and they get to walk around the circle and they pick a drum that really speaks to them. And so you could be sitting next to someone that's in a different department, in a different group, and you might not even know the people, but the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And so when everyone gets to play together, they have to watch me. They have to really focus and listen to what I'm doing, and I direct them through it. They immediately will start to play, and we always make a joke that in the beginning it does sound like a couple of tennis shoes in the dryer going around. There's no rhyme or reason, but you'd be amazed at people how they can come together so quickly and really listen. And I have people shut their eyes from time to time while they're playing. It's like, don't worry, the drum's not going anywhere. Just shut your eyes and just listen.
Yeah.
At other times I said, I want you to look across the circle and look at someone and really focus on it and watch what they're doing. And so, it's magical how it comes together.
Right.
It's really, really fun to watch. It's fun for me too. People have fun. But yeah. And so whether it's someone that could be brand new to this company, they've been there a week, to the CEO or the president, they could be sitting side by side. Everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
Just like they do in a company, every single drum has a different voice. And that lends itself to this amazing rhythm and powerful performance, if you will. And the sessions can be anywhere from 30 minutes or shorter if they really needed it, but 30 minutes to an hour. Our core presentation is about an hour long. And like I said, it can be anywhere from 50 to 100 people. So it's really wonderful.
Pretty neat. Yeah, I'm really excited about this because I know, to my knowledge, we have nothing like this around here. And just what a great way to, again, get people to know each other better or to help people trust one another better. I mean, better than standing on the pole.
Holding
and praying that person's going to hold the rope at the bottom. Yeah, much better. But I really like it. So get in touch with you at the website.
Yeah, you've got our email is on there. There's a phone number. You can call me directly if you like, or even text to that number and say, hey, this is our group. We're thinking about doing this. What is the timing? We'll work with you. We can make something happen quite quickly. We can plan for the future. But I will generally, and maybe I said this, but we usually meet with the powers that be and talk about what your needs are. And maybe, like we said, it's a fun event. They just need to celebrate a job well done in 2023, and let's come in and have some fun and play some drums.
Yeah,
make some noise and have a good time. So it's pretty wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we are glad that you're here in Lexington, and we definitely have to get you out and about. And you mentioned disco, so make sure the first Friday night of every month, get their hairs for disco night. Now that's fun.
Really?
Yes.
There you go.
Well, thanks again.
Well, it was my pleasure. We're just loving it here. We went down for the tree lighting. We went down.
Oh yeah.
We've been just really trying to take in everything that you good people have to offer here in this town, and we're loving it.
Yes. So now that you mentioned that, so at the amphitheater, you'll see a lot of the same players each time you go there. If you're paying attention to like who's doing what, running the big events, it's the same. It's usually pretty much the same players, and they all own a business on Main Street.
Well, and that's what I'm hoping to work with them.
Yeah,
to be able to bring some drums to them and have some fun, and that's what Cadence is all about.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, thanks.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or have a person, business, idea, an event that Lexington needs to know more about, email me, local@forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, y'all.
And by Angela Barrett at HomeMattersSC.com. Building on what matters to you.